Have you ever found yourself frozen by a decision? Not a life or death decision, really, just something simple. Maybe you're staring at a menu, you're looking for a job, so you refresh all the job listings, or rewriting the same text over and over for the fifth time, and you still don't send it, and yet you still can't seem to choose. So you wait, you analyze, you second guess, you tell yourself that if you just think a little longer, you'll find the perfect answer. But let's be honest, does that moment of hesitation ever give you any real clarity, or does it just make you feel more stuck? The truth is, there's no perfect choice. There are only the facts in front of us and the decision we make based on them. Everything else, that's fear disguised as logic. Overthinking feels like doing something. It feels responsible, careful, even productive. But what's really happening? We're clinging to the illusion of control. We're avoiding discomfort, the discomfort of choosing, really. We're delaying action, confusing motion with progress. We've all done it. I've done it. You've done it. We wait for a sign. We tell ourselves we need more research, more opinions, more time. But what we're really waiting for is certainty. And here's the kicker, certainty never comes. The stress we feel isn't from making a choice, it's from not making one. The second we decide, we release that tension. We move forward, and suddenly the weight lifts. The decision itself doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be made. So, if overthinking traps us, how do we break free? It's simple. You look at the facts and you think, what do I actually know right now? You make a choice based on what you have, not what you wish you had, and then you move forward. Adjust if needed, but keep moving forward. The worst thing that happens, you learn something. And that's the secret. Every decision teaches you something. If we treat choices as learning experiences instead of final judgments, we stop fearing them. We start seeing them as steps forward, not traps. And most importantly, we start trusting ourselves. But for some, this goes beyond decision making. Some people don't just want clarity, they want certainty. They want an answer that explains everything, a philosophy that eliminates all doubt. And that's where things get dangerous. When we chase absolute truth, we stop experiencing, we stop questioning, we stop learning. Instead, we cling to a belief, an ideology, a system, something that tells us this is the way things are and nothing else matters. We start rejecting anything that contradicts it. We build an echo chamber, a mental fortress where only our truth is allowed in. And what happens next? We become rigid. We lose the ability to adapt, and worst of all, we make ourselves vulnerable to manipulation, dogma, propaganda, to people who claim to have all the answers. Which brings us to the next danger, shortcuts. We live in a world that promises easy answers, the one book that will change your life, the one philosophy that explains everything, the one movement that will make you unstoppable. It's tempting, it's seductive, and it's all a lie. Truth isn't something you download, it's something you live. When someone offers you a shortcut to understanding the world, they aren't giving you wisdom, they're selling you a belief system, one designed to keep you dependent on them. Because here's the trick, when you adopt someone else's truth blindly, you give up your ability to think for yourself. And ironically, the people who push these shortcuts often claim to be against blind obedience. But what they really want is for you to follow them instead of someone else. Real wisdom takes time, it takes effort. It requires experience, reflection, and sometimes mistakes. But most people don't want effort, they want certainty. And certainty, well, that's the easiest thing to fake. So, where does that leave us? With the one truth that actually matters. There is no perfect path, there is only your path. The choices you make, the lessons you learn, the way you grow over time, that's what shapes you. Not shortcuts, not someone else's version of the truth. You. So the next time you're faced with a decision, ask yourself, am I looking at the facts or am I chasing certainty? Am I making a choice or just delaying out of fear? Am I open to learning even if I turn out to be wrong? If the answer is yes, you're already ahead of most people. Because life isn't about making perfect choices, it's about making informed ones, learning, and adjusting. It's about embracing the journey, not outsourcing it. Think for yourself, choose for yourself, grow for yourself. That's the only real truth worth following.